Welcome to Julie, the Thrifty Designer. Tonight, I thought I would show you the eating space off of my kitchen by the back door. Starting out with showing you the old-fashioned English plum pudding, Christmas plum pudding. It's homemade, and I even went as far as went and got beef suet to make it. And it has turned out really well. I tasted it. There's a little chunk out of it. I can camouflage it. And it really has a good flavor. Look up some old recipes. They're really, surprisingly, it's actually very good. Anyway, I bought this from Home Goods and this from Home Goods. I'm going to put, I think, in this some just different dips. And here I'm going to put some cranberry sauce on Christmas Eve. My daughter brought me the real poinsettias. They're so pretty. Then over here, here's my St. Nicholas, one of them anyway. It's one of them that my son brought home to me. Somebody was just getting rid of them at work, and so he brought them home to me, and I've got 3. And then I've had this picture for a long time. Can't tell you how long I've had it or where I got it, but I just think it's so sweet. Santa is with his reindeer. It's just cute. And also another thing I've had for a real long time. It's to hold your Christmas cards. I have a few more out in the car. I forgot to bring them in from church. But it's really neat. It hangs on your door, but it hangs on the side of my cabinet nicely as well. Then I have poinsettias on the top of my white cabinet, which is really pretty to me. So we'll just start up here. My old world looking, just beautiful things in here with just lots of greenery and berries and it's a gazelle type of deer, I guess. But it was in the Christmas stuff at the thrift store for $1.99. And I've had this for a long time. Can't remember where I got it from, but I think it's beautiful. And it says, "Peace to the brothers, and love with faith from God the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ." Ephesians 6:23. Peace. And then down here, this is my cloche that I bought at Halloween time. And it is just beautiful. It's been able to hold all kinds of wonderful things in it. And so for Christmas, I now have the journey to Egypt with Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus on the donkey. Fits really nice. And these are Dollar Tree trees. And I just added more picks and berries to them to thicken them up. And then the metal thing in the back I got from the thrift store. I've had it for a little while. And then I just recently found 3 of these matching glasses at the thrift store. And they're perfect for putting my plasticware in for Christmas Eve. My spoon, my forks, and my knives. And I've put just all kinds of like wreaths and berries and greenery and scented pine cones and poinsettias are hanging there. And lights, of course, just to make it sparkle. Then on this side, there's the plates. These are the dinner plates. I got them from Hobby Lobby's this year. And they're sparkly. They're really pretty. Half off. And then it's a card I got from the Dollar Tree and put it in a frame. I did that last year. I had that last year in my bathroom. And this year, I decided to put it out here. And then just more areas to put poinsettias and greenery and a pine cone. And I had that I used at Halloween. I had a skeleton of a rat in it. And then Thanksgiving I had pumpkins and gourds. And now I have Christmas balls. And again, just some greenery and picks and pine cones and berries. And just all kinds of pretties like that. And just sparkly with the lights. And then I picked up the sign with Jesus and Mary and all that. I do believe 3 or 4 years ago from Walmart on clearance. And just some more greenery and berries and poinsettias. It's just simply put. I mean, they're just kind of stuck in there. They're just cut berries that I've just kind of stuck wherever it looked good to me. And candles that I've had for a long time. Don't remember where I got them from. And this I got it from Ross. I just thought it was so beautiful. I need to find a candle to go in it that will sparkle and look really pretty. But I think it sure is pretty. And again, all I did was simply have more of the greenery, different various types and berry picks and pine cones. And again, I had Halloween stuff in that, Thanksgiving, and now Christmas things. I reuse as much as I can. And I just think my white cabinet just turned out to be so pretty. And then above my back door, I have the beautiful green garland. And those bells that light up were my dad's. They're very old. They still work. The plug-in isn't new and updated, but you know, it still works and no one messes with it. So I love it there. It's just special memories. And then this wreath I got from Walmart, and I added the berries, but the rest, and the bow. But the rest of it is just a really most realistic looking wreath I have seen. It just in person, it just almost looks like the real thing. It is gorgeous. And I guess my bow has been kind of messed with the door opening and closing, and I lost the Dollar Tree pick thing that was in that, but that's all right. It still looks really festive and pretty. This year is more rustic in my design. And then this is my, I guess you could call it the family heirloom tree. The ornaments on here, a good share of them, not all of them, but a good share of them are 100 years old, or maybe even older. But they were my mom's ornaments. And I grew up with all these on our trees. And when my parents passed away, my sister and I, we took turns with the ornaments from the tree. She took one, I took one. She took one, and I took one. And then when we found one that we both wanted, we flipped a coin for it. But that's okay, it worked. There was no bickering. She seemed like she won the coin toss more than I did, though. And that card is the last card that my grandfather, my mother's father, gave her before he died. It was his last Christmas, and so it's been on the tree ever since as well. And some of these ornaments are just super duper old. They are mean a lot, so much. That one's really old. It's been broken for a long time, and I just don't mess with it. I leave it on the tree. And then that little nativity scene, that's probably from the 60s or 70s. And we always put that on a tree when I was growing up. In fact, I probably always had the job to do that. So it means a lot to me on that one. A lot of old ones. Handmade ones. These are ones that they made when, I do believe, when she was young. And then this one right here. I have to tell you this one. I don't know the real story of what it's supposed to be, but my mom and her family made this one when she was a little girl. And I've studied a little bit on some things, and I think it's supposed to be, I think the word is Krampus. It's a Scandinavian, because my grandfather came from Norway. And so they have the Santa with Krampus, and he's kind of the weird, he's almost like an evil dude that will spank and switch the children if they're not being good. I don't know exactly what he does. That's what I think I understood him to be. And it's made out of rabbit fur and a clay head, and painted it. And springs, I don't know if you can make out the springs for the hands and arms and feet. And he's a full body of, and tape around the middle. He's just the cutest, weirdest, strangest looking thing. But he was always on our tree growing up. So I've just made sure he's still on our tree again. And always on the tree. And then our antique radio. And I had knocked one of the pine cones down that's up here. And all I did was simply just put some, there we go. Just put a candle on it which, by the way, I found at the thrift store. I should have it lit, but I didn't put any batteries in it to make sure it works. And greenery and berries and lights and poinsettias. Just kind of has that real old-fashioned feel for Christmas. My antique tree. Well, the tree's not antique, but the ornaments on it. And our star we always had on it. It's seen better days, but it still holds a lot of memories. And then this is leftover alcohol from Thanksgiving. I think a lot of it's the same bottles that we put out at Thanksgiving. They haven't hardly been touched, so we'll put them out again on Christmas. And if anybody wants any, it's here. If they don't, no big deal. I cook with the wine occasionally. I don't really drink much, but I do occasionally have it where I cook with it. But remember at Thanksgiving, I told you about my Christmas cactus and that I thought it would be blooming probably come month of December. It has been blooming so magnificently this year. I mean, I'm just, wow, look at it. It is so gorgeous. This Christmas cactus is amazing this year. And I just elevated it on the lift. And I've just simply put lights and greenery and berries and all that around it just to make it look really festive. And then we put the old lamp on here. And this tablecloth is not really a tablecloth. It is actually a tree skirt. So the center where it goes up the pole of the tree is underneath this right here. But if I wouldn't have told you, you would have never known. But those are my secrets. It works on this little round table very nicely. And then up above, just have a simple swag that I've put together with berries and different picks and greenery and lights. It's just very festive with it. It's elegant. And again, above my kitchen cabinets, I have more poinsettias. But this is my back door area that I'm doing for Christmas this year. I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas. And remember, Jesus is the reason for this season. Merry Christmas. Look for my next videos.